Welcome to Land Academy. This is the Cash Flow from Land show. We show you how to buy real estate for half of what it's worth
and sell it on the internet really fast.
I'm Jack Butala.
I'm Jill DeWit. We are Jack and Jill, and this is the Jack and Jill Show too.
With over 15,000 completed transactions, we're the experts at acquiring property
Of all kinds, not just land.
for half price and flipping them for way more.
All right, let's get this show started.
Jack Butala with Jill DeWit.
Hello.
Welcome to our show. In this episode, Jill and I talk about why you would ever want to promote your completed sales in a positive way. You always want to promote your completed sales. You'd be proud of your performance. Great show today, Jill. Let's take a question posted by one of our members on successplant.com first. It's our free online community.
Cool. All right. So Angela asked, I'm working on my third deal. The first one closed, second one is closing this week, and the third purchase to close next week. I just sent this new property listing to my buyers list, which I created from all the inquiries from the first two. Nice. Within 15 minutes, I got a response from a guy that wants to buy on terms.
Oh, Angela, you're doing everything right.
Exactly.
Everything right so far.
I put in the land contract that the down payment is non-refundable. But does anyone ever refund any of the monthly payments when it takes the buyers a few months to physically see the property and then decides they don't want it? And if you do, is there a time limit on it? I'm concerned that someone buying remote land in Alaska that is from out of state doesn't really know what they are getting into. Off-grid in Alaska isn't exactly off-grid in Arizona. That's a good question. I like that.
A great question. It's well worded, and she's a good writer.
Yeah.
Angela, I was really concerned about this when I started. It was everybody's got their concerns when they start out. One of mine was, and I want to rephrase your question, does somebody get halfway through the payments, like let's say it's a 10-year payment scheme, they get halfway through the payments, year 5, and they want all their money back. That's when they decided to go look at the property. I can tell you from experience, it's never happened to us. The flip side is this, though. If it did, we would work something out. Mm-hmm. And our unwritten policy about selling land is that we always refund the property, we always refund the property if they're not happy. Mm-hmm. The vast majority of what Jill and I do are wholesale deals. So we, if somebody doesn't like it, I mean, if it's 5 years from now and they just change their mind, that's never happened. But I would have a tough time with that. But problems usually arise out of buyer's remorse.
Right.
So in that case, we just redeed the whole thing and it's fine. Mm-hmm. Sometimes we charge maybe the 3 or 4% if they paid by credit card just to recoup the actual cost. But and as far as refundable deposits go, I wouldn't even bring up the word. I would just say you're buying the piece of property, Jill, and mm-hmm. The down payment, and that's it.
Well, and I think the best thing you can do, Angela, that like what we do is disclose everything up front. So what you put here too, the off-grid in Alaska isn't exactly off-grid in Arizona. They need to know that. So that's going to save you too. The more that you're real clear.
Yeah, use that sentence, Jill. That's great. Just say that. I would totally put that in the posting. Hey, please, I want to make sure you know Alaska because, man, it's out there, kind of thing. We're talking, you may not have cell service, you may need a satellite phone, whatever it is. There's an amazing amount of people that really want to get that lost. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of customers. People ask us all the time, probably top 5 questions that we get. Why the heck would anybody want to live way out there? Mm-hmm. And we have lists of people that they're waiting for that off the grid. I'm going to get lost. I'm tired of living in the city property. Mm-hmm. Exactly. With no access.
Exactly.
I'm not ever advocating you should buy property with no access unless it's on behalf of someone who is requested that.
Exactly. So that's, I think,
great questions.
Yeah, I know. So that's my answer to the whole thing too is, I agree with all of Jack's things, but my thing is, try to hedge it off in the beginning by being, as real clear and all that good stuff. So, because you're right, Jack, there's some people that, there are people that are like, oh, you mean Verizon doesn't go there? Well, then I'm not going there. But then some people go, okay, now that's cool. I have to have a sat phone. Now I'm in. That's what I want.
There are some people, and I include myself in this group, that says if Domino's doesn't deliver there, I'm probably not going to live
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. You know what my mom used to have? My mom used to have a Nordstrom rule. If there's not a Nordstrom, then I don't want to live there. Seriously, that was her rule. It still is.
Nordstrom.
What's yours?
It still is.
I don't like Domino's particularly, but.
So yeah. If I can't be within a day's drive to the beach, I don't want to live there. That's my rule. What's yours?
A Domino's thing, it's not so much a Domino's
really
pizza.
yours?
It's just more of a geography thing. Like, I don't know. I bet there's pretty rural places where there's a Domino's.
I bet there are.
I mean, the bigger the city, the better, with the exception of New York. That's kind of my rule.
Exactly. Hope we won't get you started on that one. Tell us how you really feel, Jack.
Today's topic, why promote your completed sales, ? This is the meat of the show. I love this topic, Jill. Why would you ever want to why would you want to promote your completed sales? Why would you want to advertise, hey, this is what a deal we did. We bought it for this and we sold it for this.
Maybe because you're not new. Maybe you know what's going on. Maybe you're in the business. Maybe you're trustworthy and you have all these customers, all these transactions that, maybe you're knowledgeable about what you do.
You mean you're credible?
Right.
Credibility is the answer. We're horsing around. You want to look as credible as you possibly can on the internet. If you've got 15,000 completed sales like we do, put them up there. Mm-hmm. I've uploaded and then downloaded when we changed out websites, our completed sales. So functionally, we don't need to do that. A lot of people would just say, man, we got those out of the database. Right. If you go to Landstay, you're going to see a lot of completed sales. Landstay.com is our real company, our real website, where we buy and sell property. Like that's what we really do, not this show.
Can we take it a step further? Because we used to have it as a spreadsheet that you could just download a big Excel file and really kind of sit and pour through it. And trust me, people have. But now it's going to be more, because I know you're redoing their website.
It's done.
Is it done? Are they uploaded yet?
It's they're doing it. Well, by the time this airs, seriously, yes. But they're doing it right now.
Oh, cool. Very cool. So awesome.
I mean, what else would add credibility since we're talking about it? This is what this show is really about. How do you add credibility to, especially if you're brand new? What do you do?
Well, if you're brand new and you don't have a bunch of completed sales?
Like Angela, this question that we had right in the beginning is perfect. She's keeping a database of the people who are contacting her.
Well, just having properties and having a good website put together and having a Q&A section. I mean, there's lots of things that you can do. Think ahead of every possible thing a person's going to need to know when they come to your website.
Right.
And have all those pages. And another thing, I think, if you're building up your credibility and building up your completed sales, one of the best ways you can have is you show who you are and transparency, and have your website, mirroring your Facebook and, all your social media. That's another good way.
Yeah, if you have a Facebook page where you're not smoking a bong or eating 300 hot dogs at one time or something like that, promote that.
Mm-hmm. Maybe you're new and maybe you're writing a blog about properties, or maybe you're writing a blog.
Did you just blow up what I just said?
Did. What was the hot dog thing? What did you say?
You didn't hear it.
I didn't even hear it. No, I was already thinking.
I said if you have a Facebook page where you're smoking a bong,
right,
eating 400 hot dogs at once, that's not a source of promotion for your land business.
Do you know why I didn't comment on that? I know, because it didn't apply to me.
Oh.
So what else you got?
Facebook
I mean, that's what I'm trying to say. It's like, it's nothing I would do, so that clearly wasn't for me. That's why I didn't comment.
When I met Jill, my biggest concern was that she was too much like Laura Ingalls.
Oh, that's funny.
And boy, was I wrong. I mean, boy, was I pleasantly surprised that was not the case.
Was I wrong? Yeah, careful how you say that. Boy, I really was hoping for Laura Ingalls, and that didn't happen.
No.
Yeah, that's
some kids are probably too young. They don't even know who that is.
That's true.
There's a show called Little House on the Prairie before it was a show. It was a book. It was very rated G, Michael Landon. Anyway, credibility. This is a true story. Every time that we go, Jill and I, to do anything like, let's say, rent a place on vacation,
it's true,
we point toward our website and we say, hey, we're real people. Take a look at our website. We own this company, and we're not going to rip the place up. We're good professional people. And man, it works like a charm. We get a reduced rate. They want to meet us. It's a good thing. So yeah, social media. What else? I mean, what is somebody's brand spanking new? How can they establish credibility?
have all your ducks in a row. Have your current resume on LinkedIn and let people find you even on LinkedIn. That is a little silly thing, So I'm talking to people who are not necessarily our members, but then I can elaborate on that too. But that's a good thing. We have a good member, or good member in person, a woman. You'll know who I'm talking about here in a minute. Who that's one of her biggest concerns, and we were talking about this the other day with her on one of our member calls, and we just said, hold on a moment. If you're transparent and you just let people in on who you are and where you work and what you're doing and the kind of person you are, it doesn't matter that you only have 3 properties or 1 whatever you're getting going with.
Right.
We said, trust us. I mean, they're gonna feel really good about you with your resume. I mean, gosh, it's great.
So we're very acutely aware of this issue because we've been there. So we've done a lot of things for data to doorstep members in our group to make sure that there's not one lonely little property, that first property on a website somewhere with your name on it, and you're trying to establish credibility. We send your owned property out on all of our members every week. We call it, what do we call it? Platinum. This is not a commercial. I'm just telling you, it's helpful. Platinum Sellers Club, I think.
For them, it's a Platinum Sellers Club, but it goes to our Platinum Buyers Club. So yeah, basically, we let you promote your property in amongst ours, and that builds credibility.
We have a signature level access, signature level username on LandWatch, which is the largest place to go buy online property, and so as our members get to post their property there, along with hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands, of properties there. And then soon on landstay.com, probably by the time you hear this, you'll be able to, as a member, post your property along with ours right on our website. So there's a lot of ways. Then you can establish credibility. Now you got a bunch of completed sales. It comes full circle here. Thank you for your patience in listening. It comes at full circle here. Why would you promote your completed sales? Just to establish credibility. And how do you do it from zero? You do it with us. Put all your stuff on our sites.
Yeah, or just be really transparent.
Yeah.
Have your resume, you out there. Remember one of our guys? It was the funniest thing. It was so cool. He did his own About Us page, and he put him and his wife and his dog. And it was the cutest thing.
Worked.
It really did. He said, I got comments on it. And his dog was like the engineering person, kind of thing. That was their technical engineer, was the picture of the dog. And his name was there and everything. And it was funny because people went to his site and they loved it. And they commented on it. And they could feel comfortable with him. He's a real person. And it was great.
We have a graphic at the request of our several of our members. They said, "Hey, can you just make something that says I'm a Land Academy member on there?" And then I got I'm a part of this group, and it's a huge group. So yes, I put a graphic together that looks like you stamped it with a rubber stamp that says certified, educated. It really helps. One of our top 5 producers, or not producers, our top 5 most successful members. Luke Smith put that graphic up there, and he said it had material of positive effects.
It does. So there you go.
This is a technical 2 minutes of property investment advice from our 15-year, 15,000 transaction experience. It's really more like the technical 30 seconds at Jill's request.
Thanks. It used to be the technical 10.
Hey, you're only as good as your last deal.
Love it.
You're only as good as your last deal. You ever sit around and have a bunch of beer with somebody, and maybe it's somebody you played sports with in high school, and they just maybe football, and they couldn't get past. They've never got past the fact that they played great football in high school. And it's like, man, can we talk about something that happened
all know
this
those
decade?
People. That's really funny, actually.
That was 4 decades ago, man. Get past it. Yeah, so you don't want to be that person. You want to set your standard to you're as good as the last deal. If you have a question. That was about a minute.
That was good.
If you have a question or you want to be on the show, call 800-725-8816. My personal favorite portion of the show, Jill's inspiration.
I want to preface with what we did last night.
I was wondering if this is going to come up.
Oh, totally. Because my inspiration is all about figuring out what your true talent is and making sure that you are utilizing it and nurturing it. So last night, Jack and I, oh my gosh, we're so fortunate to be at the Hollywood Bowl. You know, I mean, just gorgeous, gorgeous evening outside, beautiful stars in the sky. I mean, just being there is awesome. But who we saw it was pretty much, I love how they described it. It was karaoke night. Imagine Sting and Peter Gabriel having a karaoke night.
And singing some of each other's songs.
Exactly.
You know, all different versions. It was amazing.
And changing them maybe how they thought they should go. And it was awesome. It's giving me goosebumps right now talking about it. Yeah. And what's so funny is I swear I'm like laughing at myself because I'm like, all right, who knew I'm going to this concert? I'm all excited. I didn't know I was going to be crying through the whole thing because it was that.
Were you crying?
I was crying through the whole stupid thing. It was hilarious. It was that.
Just like happy to be there.
Moving.
Yeah.
You know, and hearing those guys and oh my gosh, and just how fun that was and just neat people and, you know, it was just awesome. So it comes back to my talent. And because you and I talked about it while we were there, we're just like, what the heck? And how easy, I mean, they both jumped in each other's songs, you know, and did stuff. And I'm like, talk about talent. And then not just, what was so cool too is it wasn't just those two up there. They melded their two bands. Right. I mean, there were two full sets of everything up there.
And color coded
and working everything together. Yeah. You know, I mean.
One was red and one was blue.
Yeah, double drums and double everything. And the cool backup singers.
It was like, worth seeing.
Oh my gosh. And that one girl, she was from, now I want to see that movie, the 50 Feet from Stardom or whatever that movie is. She's
50
one of the.
Feet from Stardom.
Yeah, she's one of the stars in the show, the blonde. Her name is Jill or Joe. I can't remember I couldn't quite tell. When Sting was saying her name, I wasn't right sure if it was Jill or Joe. So now I got to look it up. But she was just incredible. So that's what I wanted to share about our night. But I was just, like you and I were talking about talent. Mm-hmm. Like, man, look at these people. There's so many people out there like this that have this talent. You know, what's your talent? I don't know. Are you really a painter on the side? And
what's your talent? Is that the inspiration?
Yeah, it is.
Oh.
Yeah, it's about talent.
What's your talent?
What's your talent? Everybody has something. You really have something, you know.
What's your talent?
God, what is my talent?
Well, you were born with
it's not a physical artistic talent. I can tell you that. And I know it's not singing.
No, it's not singing. I wasn't going to bring that up.
Thank you.
There was a lot of singing last night, and it was fun. You ever see Snoopy when people sing?
Oh yeah.
There was
and he's like yeah. It's true. Thank you. No.
God, we're dating ourselves in this whole show.
What's hilarious?
We're talking about Sting. That happened in the 70s.
You know what? I like
Snoopy happened in the 40s.
You know what my talent is? I think it's not bad because I can get paid for it, and it's a hobby too. I really like my design. I like doing designing over walls and decorating and that kind of thing and staging things. You know, we were flipping homes.
Jill and I
a bit. I got to do that.
Bought this little house in
fun
Old Town Scottsdale, and to flip it, we paid cash for it, and Jill went at it and just made it perfect, made it unbelievable. And so when we got done with it, we're like, let's just stay here for a couple of days because it's so close to everything and fun. And that's
I know that's our Scottsdale place. We're not leaving this, but yeah, I think that's mine. I think that so, and people pay me, so it's obviously okay.
Yeah.
It's not just my own little talent. So thank you. I really like that.
That's not your only talent. You have lots. I mean, you're extremely good at, you're a world-class sales professional. That there's no other way.
Yeah, but I don't look at that like as you know, I mean.
You know, because it comes so easy to you.
Though.
It comes so easy to you that you just don't even see it as a talent.
No.
It's like a personality trait.
I don't think of it. So give me what's yours, Jack?
I'm good at Excel.
You are very good at Excel. You know what I think is really good with you? One of your talents is cracking things open and figuring them out.
Yeah.
I mean, that's that's pretty special. And you can, you know, that you're really good with your hands and
deconstructing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Things like that. I'm trying to think what else you're really good at.
I don't know if it's real talent or if it's just a mental attitude about getting to the finish line. That could be a talent, though.
No, I know what I think you're good at. You would like to write, and you're a good writer.
Oh, yeah.
That's a good. I'm thinking of an artistic talent, not just like I'm, you know, like something.
All right, I'll talk about myself for like 15 seconds.
Go.
I'm probably a pretty good writer.
Yeah, and you'd like to write.
Yeah,
that's good too. That's helpful. It would suck if you had a really good talent. You know, like there's some people. I have an aunt like this who can draw really well. I mean, just amazing what she can draw. But she's kind of into it sometimes, not into it. I'm like, God, I feel like, man, I wish it's like if I could play the piano, I think I would never stop.
and I can't play the piano.
I heard Ralph Lauren say this, the designer. I read an interview with him a long time ago, man. I was like, and he said, oh, no, I don't design a perfect armhole. That's not that's not what this is all about. But, people want to buy my stuff, not because it's the highest quality. They're buying into a concept. So that always stuck with me because, the top 5 tennis stars in the world, there's probably a bunch of people that are better than them. They just never picked up a racket. So
love it.
I love your inspiration, Jill.
Thank you.
Hey, join us in another episode where Jack and Jill discuss how to use information, that's me,
and inspiration, that's me,
to get just about anything you want.
We use it every day to buy property for half of what it's worth and sell it artistically and immediately.
You are not alone in your real estate ambition. Cool show, Jill. Man, I can't believe we got home late, too.
I know.
Are you dragging?
No.
I feel good, too.
Coffee helps. Caffeine helps. There's a lot of caffeine in my world right now. Probably too much caffeine, but that's okay. There's more caffeine than there is food in my world. What's that all about?
Man, that was a blast, that show. There's more caffeine than food?
Yes. It's kind of funny. It's like, have another coffee and you won't be hungry anymore. Seriously, it works.
Jill's a jittery inspiration bouncing around.
Oh, thank you.
Like Tigger all over the place.
I like Tigger. Thank you very much. That's why. Yeah, that was good. You thought I was going to bring it up sooner than I did?
Yeah, I was going to, and I forgot because I just got into the topic.
Oh.
Which is good, I guess.
That's really good.
Information and inspiration to buy undervalued property.
We are Jack and Jill, and this was the Cash Flow from Land Show.
We are the experts at acquiring property
of all kinds, not just land,
for half price, just so we can flip it for way more.
And really fast. Thanks for listening.
Let's go buy some property. If you want to get involved or you need more information about our profitable, niche real estate operation, call 480-467-0359. You just might get Jill at the other end of the line.
Landacademy.com. You are not alone in your real estate ambition.